Hello everybody, welcome back to another new and noteworthy mod review. Today we're going to take a look at easy development controls. But before that, this video is brought to you by Thor Rasmussen and Raznak. Thank you for being farm barons. So easy development controls, which can be found over at the farmingsimulator.com website or the in-game downloadable content menu, is going to be available for PC players only because it is making use of additional scripts. What this mod does, well, it brings the power of the dev console and all the dev console commands to a quick and easy to use point and click interface that makes it super accessible for just about everybody and anybody. This video is going to show you the power of easy dev controls and hopefully explain to you what most of these commands are going to do. First thing you're going to need to know is you access easy dev controls, because if you look at the F1 menu, it doesn't show anything about it. If you go into the escape menu, you're going to see that we really don't have anything related to dev controls in here. You're going to access easy dev controls with the F12 key. Once we hit F12, we have an interface that looks just like this. And then we have multiple tabs on the side. We have a general tab. We have player, objects and fill types, vehicles, placeables, fields and farmland, environment, and then we have a help screen. And this help screen is going to be very, guess what, helpful to everyone. We're going to go through most of these tabs, explain most of these features. Some of these features are super high level, like developers, modders are going to find extreme use for most of these things. A general player is probably going to maybe use at most 25% of this mod's feature set. As a content creator, I'm going to use a bit more because I'm going to maybe want to set things up. I'm maybe going to prep things for a mod review or whatever. But at any rate, this is going to bring all of the power of the dev console and the development console commands to the average player. So you can see we have player, general player, objects and fill types, vehicles, placeables, fields and farmland, environment, and then an about screen. Let's go back up here to general and talk a little bit about the general interface and then what these features are going to do. At any point in time, you can hit reset all, and it's going to reset all of the options on the particular tab you're on back to default. And then we can hit C to remove the background. If you wish to have a different background there and just kind of make it transparent, you can do that. Add money. It's going to be pretty straightforward. It's going to add whatever amount you put in there in your bank account. You see, we have $9,999,316. We go here and we can add to ourselves $1, $10, $100, $1,000, $10,000, $100,000. We're going to hit enter. We just added $100,000 to our foreign bank account. We now have $10,099,000. F12. Remove money. Same thing. Just enter an amount. $10, $1,000, $10,000, $1,000, $10,000, $100,000. Enter. We just now removed the $100,000 from our bank account. We can go back in here and we can set our money to a specific level. Maybe we only want to have $100,000. And now we only have $100,000 in our bank account. F12. Extra time scales. Off or on? So let's turn this on. We get a nice warning. Warning, using time scales greater than 5,000 may have a negative effect on the base game and custom scripts. Use at your own discretion, basically. We're coming back here, and of course, base time scales, we have half time. We have 1 times speed, 2 times speed, 3 times speed, 4 times speed, 5 times, 6 times, 10 times speed, 15, 30, 60, 120, 240, and 360. That's the base game. Then we have extra time scales. We have 500, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 40,000, 60,000. Let's slow that back down. Up to 60,000 times. We can reenact the movie, what was it? Time traveler, where they sit in a time machine. We can reenact being in a time machine. F12. We're going to turn that off for sanity's sake. Stop time. We have immediately frozen time. It is now set to 0. We can go forward with the rest of this video, and it will be forever 3 o'clock or 31 minutes after 3 p.m. Flight mode. We can turn flight mode on. Flight state off. Flight state on. Now we can adjust the altitude with Q and E. So I hit Q, I raise my altitude. I hit E, I lower my altitude. Pretty straightforward. You look around just by looking left and right with the mouse. W, I can move forward. Shift W, I can move forward fast. S, I can walk backwards. S, I can walk backward fast with Shift. A to go sideways. D to go sideways. And then when you're done, you can have 2 options. You can hit J to completely fall out of the sky. Or I can come in here and I can turn flight state off and fall out of the sky. HUD visibility, on or off. So on is the default. That is normal gameplay. Off. I now have no HUD. I can take a nice screenshot. I can do whatever I want. Turn it on. HUD input, on or off. I'm going to turn that on. And now I have the ability to toggle the HUD on and off with the scroll lock key. Right there. Now I happen to have scroll lock also bound to something completely different. That's why that is popping up there in the upper corner. But scroll lock will turn the HUD on and off now with that feature enabled. Let's go in here and turn that off. Now the next thing I want to show you is delete objects. Default is having delete objects off. I'm going to turn it on. Now watch this. I'm going to walk up to this egg pallet and I'm going to say, "Be gone. I banish you. Go where you don't belong." What about this one? Go away. See you later. Adios, amigos. I can make nearly anything I look at vanish. That's going to hold for pallets. It's going to hold for bales. That's going to hold for stumps. And guess what else? You ever run into a pesky tree and you wish you could just make it go away forever? Oh, I love it. How about this tree? Bye. F12. Let's turn that off because that's pretty powerful. Teleportation, everybody. We want to teleport? How about we teleport to field 1? Here I am on field 1. How about I teleport to field 56? Teleport back to 56. I can teleport wherever I want. Maybe right here in the middle of the river. There I am. Here I am back. F12. Flip vehicles. The unfortunate has happened. I have completely put this McCormick on its side. I need to flip it up. Well, I can walk up to this vehicle. I'm going to go to F12. Flip vehicles. Boom. I can just right the vehicle that I am either in or standing next to, should I so wish. Set FOV angle. So that is field of view. Let's go with something crazy like 45. I'm going to hit 45. I'm going to hit enter. And now, oh, talk about being zoomed in. All right. I'm way zoomed in now, buddy. You got super close. F12. Field of view. Let's go with something else. 180. Oh, boy. That's wrong. All right, let's hit reset. Back to default. Quality, set quality, user settings. This is going to allow you to change the visual quality of the game on the fly. So right now we have it set to user settings. We can go to high. Okay. Let's go back. We can go to Low? Oh my. Is that really what the game looks like in low? Gas. Medium? User setting? High, very high. Go back to user setting. Show collectibles. Anybody want to know, spoiler alert, where the collectibles are? We go to 90% found, 80% found, 70, 60, 50, 10% found, 0% found. We can now see all of the collectibles on the map. So all of these little dots are going to show us where all the collectibles are. Sorry if I spoiled that for you. But you go in here and you say, you know what, show it to me. Show it to me only when I've found 50% of the collectibles. So I come back here, and I won't see any other collectibles show up on the map until I've found half of them. And then the rest will show up as little dots. 12. Clear eye 3D cache. No idea. I'm not even going to try to explain what that does. Possibly the help information will further explain that to you. Player. Super strength. Oh, who doesn't love themselves some super strength, right? Let's turn it on. And we all know what this means. We walk up to anything, pick it up, and drop it. We can pick it up. We can chuck it over the fence, right? We can pick it up. Left mouse button, we can rotate it around. Sorry, middle mouse button. Spin it around, right? Pretty much do whatever we want with it. And plop it back. Turn super strength off. Jump multiplier. You jump, jump, jump up, get down, right? Oh, you can turn jump multiplier 10 times. Now, white man can't jump. Don't tell me no white man can't jump. There we go. And we also have, obviously, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Third person view. Who doesn't like themselves looking in third person? You want to turn third person view on? Well, there you go. Scroll. You cannot zoom in and out. You just have that view. F12 will turn third person view off. Wood cutting marker on or off. That's basically if you're going to cut the wood, you know, you're got the chainsaw, you can turn the marker on or off. Aim marker, that is your little reticle. Okay, I've got it turned off with additional game settings, but you can turn the aim marker on and off with that. Running speed multiplier. So this is two toggles. First, you have to turn running speed multiplier on. Then you have to say how fast you want to run. So 4x. Then you hold shift. Now we're running faster. We're going to go in here. We're going to change this to 8x. Walk. Hold shift. Now we're running even faster. We're going to change this to up to 14x. And now we're going to run back. Be very careful because that can be kind of hard to control. The default is 4, and we're going to turn that back off. Running multiplier key. So if we turn that on, the end key, which is the default key binding for this, will then enable you to basically modify the running speed by hitting end only if this is enabled, right? Set farm. This is going to be used in multiplayer. So a lot of these commands are going to be able to be used in multiplayer as well as single player. And even in multiplayer, the admin of the server is going to be able to dictate who can use what function. Okay, so we can assign different functions to different types of players in multiplayer. Debug info on or off. There you go. Now we have some fabulous debugging information on the screen. I'm not even going to try to explain that stuff. Set machine state debug on or off. I'm not even going to try to explain that. And a jump debug on and off. Again, I'm not going to try to explain that. Don't know a darn thing about any of the debug stuff. Let's move on. Objects and fill types. We're going to be here a while, everybody, so settle in. This is going to allow us to spawn any type of bale that we want, any type of pallet that we want. We can tip to ground. We can cause product to just appear on the ground. We can clear the area of tipped product. We can spawn in logs. We can remove all bales from the map. We can remove all pallets from the map, logs, and stumps from the map. We can show all bale locations. We can show all pallet locations. We can click this and see a listing of all available bale types. So maybe the map is going to have custom bales. We're going to be able to see what all of the possible bale types that are on a given map by using that command. We can click here and see information about any fermenting bales that may be on the map. Let's go ahead and just cause some bales to spawn. So we have square bales. We have the small 120 centimeter squales. We have 180 centimeter, 220, 240, 488 centimeter cotton square bales. So if we do 120, we have the option of grass bales, hay bales, straw bales. If we go to 180, we have grass, hay, straw. Silage, we can be wrapped or unwrapped. So we want to spawn 180 centimeter silage wrapped bale. There we go. There it is. An orange wrapping. Maybe we want to come in here and we want to spawn a round bale. We have 120 centimeter, 150 or 180. We can have grass, hay, straw, or silage. Let's just go with some hay and we can spawn it in. Boom, there you go. We go in here to add pallet. We have farm products, general, crops, or all. So for farm products, we can spawn a pallet of seed. There you go. We can spawn solid fertilizer, lime, liquid fertilizer, herbicide, manure, mineral feed, silage additive, tree saplings, sugarcane, poplar, potatoes, pig food, total mixed ration. Under general, we have production pallets. You want a pallet of cake? There you go. We also have canola oil, cereal, chaff, cheese, chocolate, clothes, eggs, fabric, flour, furniture, grape juice, honey, lettuce, olive oil, planks, raisins, road salt, silage, snow, stones, strawberries, sugar, sunflower oil, tomatoes, wood chips, wool, back to bread. And of course, crops. We have barley, canola, corn, cotton. You want to buy... all right, let's spawn a pallet of crops, grapes. There we go. We have now a box of grapes. Oats, olives, sorghum, soybeans, sugar beet cut, sunflowers, wheat. Spawn a pallet of wheat. There you go. Tip the ground. So we can tip wheat, barley, oat, canola, sorghum, grapes, olives, sunflowers, soybeans, corn, potatoes, sugar beet cut, cotton, sugarcane, seed, mixed rations, chaff, wood chips, silage, grass, hay, straw, snow, road salt, solid fertilizer, manure, pig food, lime, stones, and back to wheat. I want to spawn. Let's go over here. We're going to spawn, let's say something. Sorghum. We're going to spawn it 5 meters away, and we're going to spawn 5,000 liters worth of it. Do it. There's 5,000 liters worth of sorghum on the ground. How about we go with soybeans? And we're going to spawn a lot. There you go. Now we have a whole heap ton of soybeans on the ground. We're going to be able to come by here with a bucket, a belt, whatever. Pick this up. There you go. Now we add a log. We have pine log, stone pine, spruce, American elm, birch, shag bark, hickory, oak, maple, pine. Now this is set to my measurement. Okay, so these are in feet. If you set your measurements to meters, then they're going to show up in that. But I want the 19-foot long pine log. And there you go. Just make it drop out of the sky. Let's go and take a look at show bale locations on. So now on our mini map, we're going to be able to zoom in here. And we have bales right there. So bales will be displayed on the mini map wherever they are. Let's go back. Let's turn show bale locations off, show pallets on. Go back to the mini map, and oh boy, do we have some pallets on this map. There they are. Let's turn that off. Let's turn around and go back. Clear tip area. We could say we only want to clear soybeans with a radius of 7 meters. Go. There we are. We could say clear all. Now this is going to be very careful. You need to be very careful about this, because if you click all and then you go down here to radius and you have something big. Okay. We've just cleared all of that. But tip area could also mean that you are going to clear out silage, anything tip the ground. Okay, so a silage heap, straw, windrows, straws dumped on the ground, potatoes dumped on the ground. If you clear tip area, you're going to clear products that are stored on the ground. Go back into F12. Remove bales. Yes. Are you sure you want to remove all bales from that? Yes, I do. They're gone. F12. Remove pallets. Are you sure you... Let's do this. Remove pallets. Are you sure? Yes. They're gone. They're gone. Remove logs. Yes, I am sure. They're gone. You know what? You hate removing stumps because, you know, you never can find all the stumps. Remove stumps. You want to remove all the stumps on the map? Yes. They're gone. The power of easy dev controls is crazy. All right, let's go down in here to vehicles. Okay. Let's get over here to our tractor. Let's enter the tractor. It'll be easier. Now that we are in the tractor, let's go into F12. We can reload and reset the vehicle. That's basically going to be like as if we respawned it in if we hit reset. There you go. Maybe the vehicle's acting a little wonky. We can just go in, hit reset, analyze vehicle. I honestly don't know what that's going to do. I'm not going to mess with it. Fill unit. You want to... Huh? You want to empty the fuel? I'm out of fuel. You want to fill it back up? There you go. We go back up here and connect to the trailer. We have 9,500 liters worth of wheat. Fill unit wheat. We want to empty it. I don't have any wheat now in my trailer. I want to add 5,000 liters of canola. I now have 5,000 liters worth of canola in my trailer. Toggle cover. I can toggle cover on and off. Whoops. So that's it. Set dirt. I can make this tractor very dirty. Just like that. I can make the tractor very clean. Just like that. I want to make it all worn out. There we go. Now we have a bunch of wear visually on the tractor. I'm going to set it back to 0. Just like that. Power consumer. No idea. That's not something I'm going to mess with. That's going to be for people who are modding. Motor vehicle temperature. Oh, let's put 500 hours on this tractor. Hit enter. Sorry. Our tractor now has 500 hours on it. F12. It's just like brand new. Now it has 0 hours on it. Remove vehicles. Do you want to remove every vehicle from the map? Then hit this button. I'm not going to demonstrate it. Just saying, that's what it's going to do. Global wiper state. Rain sensor means it's going to wipe when it's raining, and it's not going to wipe when it's not raining. I can just set the wipers to run. You know when you see those guys driving down the road and they've got their wipers on and it's not a drop in the sky? That's what you can do right here. You can be one of those guys. If you turn it to state off, then you're never going to have any wiper work, regardless if it's raining or not. Let's just turn that back on. Vehicle distance. So this one's kind of interesting. We can turn it on, and now when we get out, we can see our distance. You see the 5, 4, 3, 2. The further we walk away from the vehicle, the more that number goes up. If we, let's say, go to something else, like over here at the farm, well, we're 9 away from the pickup. We're 42 away from the tractor that's around the other side of the shed. And we are 68 and 183 away from that. And as we walk closer, well, our distance are going to be shorter. I don't see the merit in that, but hey, someone I'm sure will find that extremely useful. Vehicle debug state on or off, not going to touch it. Tension belt debug on and off, not going to touch it. I'm not a modder, not a clue why I would use that. Placeables. This one's not going to take near as long as Filltypes, but I tell you what, we're going to be here a little bit. So maybe pause the video, go get yourself a drink, come right back. Now from here, let's say you are on a new map and you're just curious. I wonder what types of production is possible on this map. Well, we're going to go to production points list. And this is going to list out every single production that is available on the given map. So you see a biogas plant, bakery, carpentry, cereal factory, dairy, oil mill, grape processing unit, spinnery, grain mill, sawmill, all here on Elm Creek. So that's one quick way to do that. Now we also have the ability to set up who owns what production point. So we're going to go to NPC owned or farm owned. You'll see we don't own any production points. Current trigger, production point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So remember, we came here to production points. Production point 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way down to 10, all right? So let's go to NPC owned. We're going to set the owner. Now we can set the owner to all the production to my farm. Boom. Now I own every single bit of production. If we come back here to the in-game production menu, you're going to see that we now own all of those production points. We're going to go back here. We're going to go to set owner on farm owned, set them back to NPC, come back. Production points. We no longer own any production points. Okay, so if you're looking to easily change a production point, well, we're going to go here. Let's say that we want to own all the bakery, the cereal factory, the dairy. We're going to own a couple of these, right? So we're going to need to pay attention to the production point number. So we can go to production point 1, set owner to our farm, just like that. We can go to production point 3, set owner to our farm. Now, if we come back here to our production screen, we now own the biogas plant and the cereal factory. Every time, I should say this, every time you change the ownership of a specific production point, go here and list the production points again, because the game resorts them. You can see now the bakery is 1, whereas the biogas plant is 9. Earlier, the biogas plant was 1, and the bakery was a 2. Okay, so that's very important to remember. I'm going to go ahead and just set all the NPC points to my farm, just because it's going to make it a lot easier. I'm going to go in here now, and let's say we want to cereal factory of 2. We want to go to production point 2. We want to set state. We can set the state, and we can turn everything on, or we can go to cereal. We can turn cereal on. So let's just turn cereal off. And now we've turned it off. We can turn it on, just like that. We can go and set the fill level. Okay, we can set the fill level on all the inputs to a maximum value. Boom, like that. We can go here. We can say, you know what, set corn to 50,000 liters. Set honey to, let's set honey to 5,000 liters. Just like that. You can set oats to 20,000 liters. And we set raisins to, we'll set that to fill. So it's full. And now we have everything filled. We can come back over here to our production point. See, our cereal is on. We have 5,000, 30, 20, and 60,000 liters worth of product. We can come back in here and we can set the output mode to storing, distributing, or selling. Just like that. And once again, if we come back in here to our production, you can now see that the output mode is selling. Now this can get a lot more complicated because we can come and basically set all types of fun stuff. So let's go in here and I'm just going to set up some stuff real fast. And then I'm going to basically show you what delivery mapping is. Let's go ahead and click on delivery mapping. And now we're going to see all the different production points and what they're going to do. So it says bakeries distributing bread to the following production points. None, because there are no downline production points that want bread. I did set bread to distributing. Dairy is distributing butter to the bakery. So we can now see that. Cheese is set to distributing, but there's no downline for cheese, so it's not going to do anything. Olive oil is distributing those, but there's no downline. Grape processing unit is distributing raisins to the cereal factory, and we can see that information. The grain mill is distributing flour to the bakery, and the sawmill is sending planks to the carpentry. So we can kind of see a mapping of where things are auto-delivering. We come back in here to our production screen. You're going to see that we have bread set to distributing, selling. We have our furniture set to there. We have our butter set to distributing, cheese set to distributing. So that is one good way to kind of visualize where things are going. If you have multiple production points that maybe take flour, you'll see how it is distributing by looking at the distribution mapping. Production points debug, no clue. I haven't messed with it. Show test areas. I honestly have no idea what that does. Placement collisions. Once again, no idea what that does. But if you are a modder and you are maybe making a production point, maybe you want to see the test areas and placement collisions. There you go. Reload the pharma. So that is our silo. We can hit remove placeables, and this will remove all the placeables that we have put on the map. So if you have manually placed a placeable with build mode, if you hit that, it's gone. Remove map placeables is going to remove all of the placeables that are basically built into the map. Click this with extreme caution, because this has the capability of not only getting rid of production points, this has the capability of getting rid of, well, guess what? Possibly those buildings on the farm that you just can't get rid of. But it also has a nasty side effect of getting rid of all your sell points. So like I said, click this with great caution, because you will no longer be able to sell any product on the map, because it will get rid of the sell points, because sell points are set up as map placeables. Let's move on to fields and farmland. So set field fruit. Oh, Nelly. Let's go over here to field 45. Right now it's ready to harvest wheat. Set field fruit. Oh, well, we're going to set field 45. We're going to set it to grass. We're going to set the state to ready to harvest. We're going to make the ground layer manure. We're going to give it 100% fertilization. We're going to say that it is plowed. Yes. Does it have herbicide on it? Yes. Does it need lime? No. Does it have weeds? We'll give it medium growing weeds. It needs rolling. There's no stones. Stubble is shredded. Sure. Do it. We now have ready to harvest grass. We can see manure through the grass. We can see it needs lime, it needs rolling, and we have weeds growing. We can do this for any field that we own. Or any field on the map, sorry. Set field state. Field ground state. All right, maybe we don't want to have field 45 as a growable field. We want to set it to a plowed state. I'm going to go with 22-degree ground angle. We're going to give it a fertilized ground layer. We're going to make it 50% fertilized. We're going to make it plowed because it is plowed. We're going to give it lime, no weeds, no herbicide. Yes, it needs rolling. We're going to give it state 2 stones. Remove foliage, do it. Now we have plowed ground on a 22-degree angle with stones. And it needs rolling and has first stage fertilization down in the field info screen. Set vine state. We're not any weird. We don't have vines down here, but this will allow you to change the state just like set field state. Allows you to change the state of the vines. Once you change the state of the vines, you will need to update the vine visuals. Weeds. We can remove the weeds out of field 45. We can add weeds. And then we can get rid of weeds. Just like that. Fieldstone. We can get rid of our fields or we can add fields. Watch this. Watch this beautiful, beautiful feature. All right, we have here field 48. Let's go and set field 48 to wheat, and it is first stage growth. There we have first stage growth. We're going to remove the background, and we're going to go advanced growth. We now have advanced all of our crop growth one stage. Advance it again. We've now advanced our crop growth another stage. Advance it again. And again. Basically, this is how we can move our crops through however we want. Set growth stage to a period. Well, let's go into June. This is going to advance all of the crops on all of the fields to a growth state as if it was June. Just like that. Now, you may want to update the PDA overlay because, well, now possibly the crops are at a different state than what they are on the PDA overlay. So it will auto-update every 60 seconds, but you can just go here and hit refresh, and it will auto-refresh the PDA. Set farmland owner. Okay, farmland and fields are different. Okay, so let's go back here. We are on field 48. Let's go back here. And if we go here to farmland, we can go to, we set my ownership, and we go here to, let's say, farmland 8. Okay, we have 8. We can scroll all the way up here to, let's do farmland 48, just to represent this. So we just bought farmland 48. But you can see we don't own field 48. In fact, I don't know what we own. Let's go take a look. So quite possibly this is farmland 48. All right, that's not very helpful to us. I want to change the field ownership. I want to change field ownership of 48. So we'll scroll down here real fast. 48, boom. Now I own field 48. Pretty straightforward. We can go here, field NPC. We can change this to all. And now nobody owns any land. The NPC owns everything. So nobody owns land. We can obviously go in here and reverse this to my farm. And now I own all the fields. Field debug status, not messing with it. Debug system. Have you figured it out? I don't debug anything. I don't know what any of that does. Not messing with it. Not going to try to tell you how to do it. Environment. All right, last screen, people. We are pulling into the station here. Oh, what time is it? It is March 3:31 p.m. I think it should be September at 10 a.m. Do it. It is now September at 10 a.m. Look at that. Reload the environment. Reload the weather. Oh, let's make the weather rainy. It's now raining. Did anybody call for some sunshine? Now it's nice and sunny. Remove all tire tracks. Okay, so let's say, come back over here. See, we got tire tracks. All right, we got some tire tracks. F12, remove background. We can remove tire tracks within a certain range of ourselves. Or we can come in here and remove all tire tracks. And remove all tire tracks. Well, boom, vanished. They're all gone. You want to make a nice, pretty screenshot, but you got tire tracks everywhere. Come in here, remove all tire tracks. Weather debug, skipping. Random wind waving, we can turn that on. Now we'll have the wind waving randomly with respect to possibly crop stuff. Shader debug, not going to touch it. Environmental debug, not going to touch it. You want to see if a certain placeable has a decent snow mask. Well, we can set snow. Add snow, and now snow is going to spawn across the entire map. There is a little bit of a time delay, so just wait for it. There you go. Now we have snow everywhere. And now it's vanished because, well, it is September and it's not good for snow. So we can go here and add snow back. Just for fun. You see it coming across the map. And then we can come in here, we can hit remove snow. Just like that. And then snow will despawn across the map. Just like that. Add salt. And it'll be like adding a layer of salt. So let's go in here and let's set snow to layer 1. Set it to a half. So snow is changed to a half. We have to wait for it to spawn everywhere. And then we come in here. See, we can add salt. And it's adding salt with a radius of 4 meters. 25 meters. But since we have more than one layer of salt there, we know salt only removes one layer of snow at a time. So we didn't really see anything in effect. And guys, that is Easy Development Controls. A Farm Sim 22 God Mode mod, if there ever was one. Let me know down in the comments below, what do you all think of Easy Dev Controls? Were you a user of it in Farm Sim 19? Are you going to be a user of it in Farm Sim 22? Is it for everybody? No. Will some people be tempted to just cheat their life away playing Farm Sim, or should I say just cheating Farm Sim? Sure, some people will. Is it useful and productive for setting up a game save the way you want to set it up and saving you a ton of time? It definitely is. Is it useful from a content creator standpoint of setting up a storyline so you can tell a story and have a good time? Yes, it is. Is it useful from a modder's perspective to help debug the mod that you are trying to work on? Most certainly it's going to be. So it definitely has its uses. It's not for everybody, but it's for a whole lot of people. Be sure to go over to the Giants Mod Hub, in-game downloadable content menu, rate the mod as you see fit, and before next time, happy farming.